hating yourself towards health?
We often say you can't hate your way to healthy. And really what that's about, it's about finding peace. It's about finding God's peace on your weight loss journey. Because as Christian women, like I think, well, we know that peace is one of the fruits of the Spirit.
Yep.
And we want to live peaceful lives, yet many of us are living this weight loss journey, turmoil, chaos, nothing good about it, life, because really a weight loss journey is kind of life consuming, right? Like it filters into like so much of our life because food is such a big part of what we do and how we live.
That's right.
And so if there's no peace on our weight loss journey, then really you're just living in turmoil.
And I want to say we have to find peace because Jesus ate. Like the Bible is full of Jesus eating with people. Fellowship is a big deal. And so we need to have that peace going into eating, going into meals, going into a healthy lifestyle.
In fact, we often talk about finding freedom with food, which is about finding peace on your weight loss journey. Like that's just kind of another way to say it, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
And here's our verse, which goes so well with this topic. 1 Peter 3:11 says this: they must turn from evil and do good. They must seek peace and pursue it. Wow. Those are powerful words because not only are we supposed to seek peace, but we're supposed to pursue it. What's the difference between seeking and pursue? Well, we looked up the word pursue just so that we would know what it actually means, because so often we think we know what words mean, but we don't really have the full understanding. So to pursue says to follow in order to catch or attack them. Well, that's a pretty harsh
We better
definition.
attack that piece.
It's kind of an oxymoron.
A little bit, yeah.
But the other one says to continue or proceed along a path. And that's what we need to do in our weight loss journey, because that's a path. It's a lifestyle. And if we don't find that peace, we're floundering.
So I think it just begs the question, like you have to ask yourself for your own weight loss journey, do you have peace in your weight loss journey? Or are you feeling like it's total chaos, like it's full of turmoil, like you hate everything about it? And that's what we so often talk about with the difference between like going on every fad diet out there because you hate yourself so much that you're trying to like punish your way into weight loss and into better health. And that just doesn't work.
It might work for like a short period of time, but it definitely isn't going to work for the long haul.
Yeah. And we haven't said this for a long time actually, but we used to often say like you can't get a positive result from a negative starting point.
That's right.
And so when your whole weight loss journey is built around hating yourself because you look in the mirror and you're like, I am so fat and I'm so ugly and I hate everything about myself.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, and I'm such a failure and I'm unworthy and I'm never going to do it. Like how do you expect to come out the other side of a weight loss journey healthy?
Exactly. So here's a statement. If you're not at peace with yourself, then you're not going to have peace in your weight loss journey. So
that's yikes.
Do you have peace within yourself?
Yeah.
Just think about that. Like in your day-to-day activities, as you carry on this life, do people find you peaceful, or do they find you a little like, whoa, you're all over the place and you're just always distracted and you're never calm and peaceful?
I think even further to that though, are you at peace with who God made you to be?
That's the bigger question.
Because I think for many of us, we're so focused on where we failed.
Yeah.
We're so focused on what's gone wrong, the mistakes that we've made, how much of a failure we are.
We don't like ourselves. We're mad at ourselves. We despise ourselves.
Yeah. We don't like the way we look. We're busy comparing ourselves. There's no peace in that.
Yeah.
And we need to learn to be at peace and accept who God has created each of us to be, because he made you on purpose the way he made you. And that doesn't mean that we want to like stay stuck in like a weight that we don't want to be at, right? We can still work at improving ourselves while learning to love and accept who God made us to be.
But I think if you stop and think about, are you at peace? Another question to ask yourself is this: do you find yourself negative and complaining a lot? Or are you thankful and grateful and having a joy in your heart throughout the day? I think if you're not feeling that joy and that
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace that passes understanding,
then you're
right?
probably feeling chaotic and you're complaining and negative, because the two don't really mix. If you're grateful and thankful and you have that attitude of gratitude going throughout your day, I think people are generally going to say, wow, she's a pretty calm, peaceful person, and at least a bubbly person.
Yeah, because peaceful can look like a lot of different things, right? We
That's
can
right.
have peace and still be having fun and energetic. It doesn't mean you have to sit on the couch and be serene.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah. I think the other big thing that we have to think about with this is like, the devil wants us upset. He does not want us to find peace, right? And especially not on a weight loss journey for us as Christian women. He wants it to be chaotic. He wants it to be tumultuous for us. And you know what? He's succeeding at that with a lot of us, because I want to say, in the thousands of women that we have worked with over the years, like, so many of them have turned the corner to be able to find peace and freedom with food on their weight loss journey. But I'm going to say like 99% of women, of the women we've worked with, have been in turmoil and chaos in their weight loss journey, because the devil is working overtime to keep us stuck and to keep us from finding peace. He wants turmoil and chaos.
That's right. He wants us to be upset. He wants us to be complaining, because if he can keep us there, he's keeping us stuck. That's exactly what he wants you and I to be, stuck.
Yeah. And think about, like, you might have had a great week and maybe you lost a couple pounds and you're like, this is amazing, I'm doing so good. And you are actually like finding that peace. And then boom, one thing happens and you next thing you look in the mirror and right away it's down in the dumps again. Or like when we were getting ready to do this video, like this is us too, right? We have to continue seeking peace, pursuing peace every day. We're getting ready for this video and I'm like, oh, I hate having my picture taken because my smile looks so wonky and my cheeks are like bright red because I'm so tired and I don't really want to put this picture up there. Like, we just get there so easily, right? Because the devil wants us stuck in chaos and turmoil. He wants us discouraged and down in the dumps, because then we don't act and live out the purpose that God has for us.
That's right. So we're dealing with this just like you are. We're no different than you. And like when you said that, it's like the devil doesn't want us on here talking about following Jesus.
No, or finding peace.
Or finding peace. He wants us to stay upset and chaotic and disruptive, and he wants us to be negative. But we have to do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Even when we're not feeling it, we still have to, like, I'm going to say some of the best things we can do in that moment is just to stop, like just to take 5 and do some deep breathing. That can change your whole heart posture by just, saying a quick prayer, stopping and being silent for a moment and just giving yourself a little bit of peace and saying, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. And then when we change our mindset, when we switch or pivot our focus, we can kind of breathe again and everything gets lighter and easier.
And the other thing I think that's so important to do in that context, like deep breathing is awesome. Like, let's get back in the Word. Let's read our Bible. Let's speak some truth over ourselves.
Let's pursue the peace.
Word of God. Yeah, exactly. Because we don't always want to be working against ourselves, which I think is what we're doing most of the time on our weight loss journey when we're on all these horrible fad diets that are full of turmoil. We're actually working against ourselves. We want to get healthy. We want to lose the weight. But when we're hating ourselves, when we have no peace, we're kind of actually working against ourselves. And that shows up in the fact that even the statistics show us that for every fad diet you go on, you end up gaining 2 to 3 pounds.
So who wants to go on a fad diet? Not me.
Yeah, not me either. So I think really when we talk about finding God's peace on our weight loss journey, we have a little acronym for you today.
Yeah.
You might have heard us talk about it before, but when we talk about actively pursuing peace on our weight loss journey, it actually kind of always makes me laugh because it's like ASMR, ASMR videos that are like, you hear all the sounds that's happening.
Yeah.
But it's not quite ASMR, it's AFSM. And this is our acronym that stands for, first we have to accept where we're at. Next,
then we have to forgive. I had to look because I've got this other thing in my head, which is let's just come clean.
Yeah.
We just have to come clean. And I think that's what this acronym of ours does. It makes us surrender the journey. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're so right. After we accept where we're at, we have to forgive.
Yeah. And that's such a huge step. Sometimes it's about asking God for forgiveness because we've been trying to hide what we're doing. We've been hating ourselves. We've been speaking hatred over ourselves. We need to ask for forgiveness, and we have to also forgive ourselves because we probably have screwed it all up.
Yeah, like if you haven't been treating your body well, if you've been eating junk, if you've been just pigging out and binging, well, you're not going to feel good about those decisions because that's not the way the Bible asks us to treat our body. Mm-hmm. We're not supposed to be binging and over accessing in food. The Bible talks about moderation and I don't even know.
Gluttony.
Yeah.
It talks about gluttony as a sin, right? And gluttony is overindulgence, essentially.
Exactly. Overindulgence. And so we have made poor choices in the past, but hating ourselves and despising ourselves because of it is not going to help us move forward. Finding that peace is going to be able to let us let go of the past so that we can move forward. And that's the whole thing here. We have to let go of the past so that we can move forward. How's that thing that you were talking about to me?
Well, I was watching a little bit of Joyce Meyers this morning. And, we've had people comment even on here if we say that we've watched Joyce Meyers, that they don't like her. And you know what? Good. If you don't like her, great. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
She really encourages us. And so one thing that she had talked about is like, if we want to move forward, but we're still holding on, I'll back up a little bit. If you're holding on to something in the past out here and you're trying to move forward here, this is as far as you can go. But if you let go here, now you can go anywhere, right? Yeah. You have to let go in order to move forward because otherwise you're stuck.
And so our letting go is letting go of your past, letting go of your failures, letting go of your mistreatment of your body because your body is a temple. Maybe you haven't been treating your body like a temple. And so instead of despising yourself, just start to focus on getting back to healthy.
You know what else she talked about that was actually so interesting to me, Joyce Meyers, that is? She was talking about how so many of us feel like we need to focus, on all of our mistakes and on all of our failures because it's like there's something holy about focusing on how bad we are.
Oh boy.
And that's not crazy. The words that she used, but we feel like we need to focus on it and think about how bad we've been and blah, 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 and think about how, all this stuff. And it's so true. Yeah, and punish ourselves. But we don't need to do that. We need to ask for forgiveness and repent of our sin
and then
move forward and surrender the journey. And so we should finish telling them what our acronym is because we haven't done that yet. But
we're going to.
It's AFSM. So it stands for accept where you're at,
forgive yourself, and ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, and then got a bug flying around. And then we have to surrender the journey moving forward. And the last step is move forward, right? Because we have to let go and we have to take the next step.
And that is letting go. You don't want to be bound there by something pulling you and holding you back. No, we don't want to be held back. We don't want to be held back from treating our body well. We want to move forward in focusing on health and treating our body like a temple because that's what the Bible calls us to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think when we actually do that, we are going to get this relief and we're going to get the peace that surpasses all understanding. When we invite God into the journey and when we surrender the journey to Him, He fills us with His peace, and no one can take that away. And that is the beginning of learning to have freedom with food.
Exactly. Well said. So I think another thing that we need to do is pray and ask God to give us peace on our weight loss journey.
Absolutely. Because the Bible says, as we read, seek peace, but pursue it. You're going to chase after peace. You want peace. So what is it that's going to give you peace?
Yeah. So some thinking for you to do for yourself on your weight loss journey today. First of all, are you trying to hate your way to healthy? Because it's not going to work. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it won't be working out for you long term.
No, it won't be.
So there's that you got to think about. you also need to ask yourself, like, are you just working against yourself overtime?
Yeah.
And like, what do you need to let go of so that you can move forward? What do you need to just accept that, okay, this is where I'm at. This is the number on the scale currently, or this is how I messed it all up yesterday. Like, accept it. Because until you acknowledge where you're at, you can't move forward.
That's right. And then once you've surrendered the journey, keep surrendering every day, every day, every day, and start in the morning when you wake up. Don't wait till the evening, because then you're going to have this chaos again, this chaotic hatred for yourself. So start in the morning, and it'll change your day. It'll give you a different attitude.
Yeah, there's a little saying that goes something like, you cannot change what you're unwilling to confront.
That's right.
And so we have to do the hard work sometimes of acknowledging, like, yeah, this is where I am.
I know. And that reminds me of our Food Freedom Workshop. And so I'm going to say, if you've never taken our Food Freedom Workshop, we would really encourage you to go through that workshop, because it's going to bring you through some of the hard things. It's going to take you deep, and it only takes about a half-hour video and about a half-hour reflection per day.
I don't even think it's quite that long.
20 minutes each per day. It's 5 days. But I just know that one of the days women really struggle because they have to go deep. They have to search and surrender. And learning to love yourself takes a little bit of work. It's like digging in the dirt.
Yeah. If you want to check out our Food Freedom Workshop, as soon as we get off, I'll link it in the comment, and I'll pin the comment, so it'll be on the first comment there that you can find the link for that.
So I really would highly encourage you, if you're looking for peace and you need to surrender your journey, like you need to do the acronym that we just talked about, which is accept where you are now, forgive, surrender, and move forward. The Food Freedom Workshop is really the place to start.
Yeah, it is.
And so the other thing I wanted to say, totally different than this, if you are one of our members, because we have a YouTube membership, we want to just really, thank you for being a member. And this membership really is just to support us in what we're doing here, because we aim to encourage you. But if you are a member, I do a devotional on Wednesdays in the members group. It's for members only. And I am just going to, I know some of you that are members have not been able to find where the live videos that I do. It's a devotional that I do. And if you can't find it, I just want to show you, if you go to our YouTube membership, and I'm going to show you on my phone here, there's this menu that is across the board here. And so if you scroll over, I'm just going to show this to you. If you scroll over right to the end, you can see membership right over here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that, Casey?
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're on community right now, so go one more over there.
Yeah, membership. Okay. As soon as you're on the membership, you will see that there's I call them power surges for today. And so you will see that I've done a weekly Bible study there. That's just like a little bonus for supporting us. But if you haven't been able to find them, please go and search them out, because they're there for you.
Yeah, exactly. And if you do want to support our channel, the link to do that is in the description of the video here as well. Like we said, it's just a way for you to support us, because it's our goal to encourage you both just in your regular Christian walk and on your weight loss journey. And so if you're new, we're Ruth and Casey, kind of late to say this at the end of the video, but
a mother-daughter team.
Yeah, and we do 2 videos a week here. Typically on Mondays, we talk something about just healthy Christian living. And on Thursdays, we do something focused on a Christian weight loss journey. And so we just, hope that you'll subscribe and continue to join us. Some of the feedback that we've actually had lately on here that I think is so fun is that we've helped people just to like lighten up and loosen up on their weight loss journey a little bit and not take themselves so seriously. Like, let's have fun with it. It's a big part of our life. Losing weight, like I said at the beginning, it kind of like filters into so many areas of our life.
And we usually do a rant, but we haven't done a rant today. We could though.
Yeah, I don't even have one on the top of my head here today, so yikes, what's happening to us?
I do.
Okay, well, go for it.
We could do this whole rant about, right now we're in reno mode. Oh my goodness.
It's nuts. I think that's why I don't have a rant, because I am so tired I can hardly deal with it.
Okay, so let's do this rant coming up on Monday where we're going to talk about renos, because by then the renos will be over and we'll be able to really laugh about it.
Yeah.
Right in the thick of it, it's not always so funny.
Yeah.
Even though we're laughing now. Oh my goodness. But
Yeah.
we picked up the girls today and I forget what one of them said, and we both
This is my two
split
little
out.
girls.
We just split laughing because we're so tired. And the little one says, "That's not funny.
That's not a joke, Mom." It was
So-
quite something.
Just for that, it's like, yeah, we have to lighten up. We have
Yeah.
to lighten up with our weight loss. And I'm going to say
There's peace in that.
there is
right?
peace in that because it's just a lightheartedness to it. And I'm going to say when Casey started losing weight, when she was at her all-time heaviest, and she was so down in the dumps and despised the way she looked, she totally needed the peace. And she had to pursue it.
Yeah.
It didn't just come. It doesn't just like drop on you.
Yeah.
You have to pursue it. The Bible says to seek peace.
Over and
pursue
over
it.
and over.
Yeah.
Like you might find it and then it kind of flies away and you got to catch it again, right?
But I'm going to say she did do that.
Well, and I want to say our journey with that and my journey with that is most likely, I'm going to say 99.9% surely going to be a little bit different than yours, because as I was losing weight, we were creating the 10-day WeighDown plan with I'm going to say it was with the hopes and goals of like reaching thousands of women, but it turned into that. And so our journey with that and my journey with that was different because it had this knowingness that God was going to use my journey.
That's right.
For this purpose.
And I'm going to say you didn't have a lot of peace at the moment, because she often said, how can I get on here and talk about weight loss when I'm so overweight? And I used to say, yes, but God is using you. Yes, but people are following us and know the plan works because it's working for you. We're doing the journey with them. And in that, there is a peace. Knowing that God can use it.
Well, and knowing that we don't have to be perfect to show up.
That's right.
Right? Because even now, I often feel like, and I've said before, I often feel like, well, I'm not skinny, so how can I get up here and talk about weight loss? But I think that's the beauty of it, is that God didn't create me to be skinny. No. He might have created you to be skinny, but he didn't create me that way. And he might not have created you that way either, right? We're all different. And that doesn't mean we have to be overweight, but it means we have to be healthy for our bodies.
That's right. And that's a big difference than saying you have to be at the BMI that the doctor says you need to be at.
Yeah.
No, you need to be healthy for your body.
Yeah. And, I think over the years, I've really come to have this sense that God doesn't care about the number on the scale. He cares about the state of our hearts.
Yeah.
And, I could be healthy at the weight I'm at, or 5 pounds heavier, right? Like, health is not simply as simple as what the number on the scale says. It's so much more than that.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to be perfect. We need to be working to progress at being the very best version of who God created us each to be.
So that we can go out and use our gifts and talents that he has destined us to do. That's his will for our life. So let's find that peace. Let's seek it and pursue it.
Okay, and I think we better just give them this acronym one more time, because we've kind of been
all over the place.
Like usual. So the acronym for you to take with you today and go find God's peace on your weight loss journey is AFSM. Accept where you're at. Forgiveness has to apply. Surrender the journey moving forward, and then move forward. So take that with you today.
And go look up 1 Peter 3:11. You'll love it.
Yeah, exactly.
So until next time, treat your body like a temple.
Not a trash can.
See you soon.